Hey, this is Eric with WordCamp Seattle, and I am here with Marina Pape, who is on the WooCommerce marketing team. WooCommerce is a gold sponsor of WordCamp Seattle this year, and we're really glad to have them. Marina, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
I can indeed. So I'm part of the WooCommerce marketing team. I've been with Woo for just over 3 years. So I joined when our marketing team was quite little, and we've kind of grown out. And yeah, day to day, I work on emails, a bit of social media content. I help with product launches, and yeah, spend a lot of time thinking about store developers and the types of things that people who build on WooCommerce, what they need.
Yeah, I know we had WooConf in Seattle just a few weeks ago, and you were there for that. So was I. It was a great event. So I know this is not your first WordCamp because you sponsored last year as well, but how long has WooConf or WooCommerce been involved in the WordPress community?
So now with WooCommerce as part of Automatic, we obviously are part of the global sponsorship, so we're around at a lot of WordCamps, but WooCommerce and Woo, and even when we were Woo Themes, we've always backed WordCamps. I think it's a huge part of the WordPress community, and as a company and a WordPress product and brand, it's amazing to be able to support the community and make sure that the WordCamps can keep happening. So I'm a big believer.
Yeah, that's great. So I mean, aside from supporting the community, what else does WooCommerce get out of attending WordCamps or sponsoring?
When we as Woo engage with the types of people we hope will use our products, it forces us to think about our positioning. It forces us to answer tough questions about our product, to find out what people really think, what they're struggling with, what they're enjoying. So we have really valuable conversations with users, and that's really what we look to get out of the WordCamps, is just connecting with people who are using or not using our products.
Right. I was really impressed that at WooConf you had a product testing lab where you actually got users in there and showed them stuff and got feedback right away. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's the first time we've done that, and I'd say it was probably the most valuable thing we got out of WooConf, was just conversations with people, and yeah, seeing them sort of tinkering with new flows we were creating and seeing where they hit blockers or kind of had aha moments. Yeah, that was super useful. I really recommend that to anyone actually putting on a conference. Like, get your users using your products and see how they go.
Well, it's an amazing opportunity. You've got them right there, and you can watch them use it. It's like the ultimate.
You can't get away.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about your impressions of the WordPress community. I mean, like, what does it mean to you, and then WooCommerce as a whole? Obviously, you learn from them, your customers, but what else can you tell us?
Personally, like, I feel very connected to the WordPress community. I had an amazing experience this year helping run a Do Action charity hackathon. So I guess if I was going to talk about anything, I'd like to talk about that. And that was in Beirut in Lebanon, which was amazing. And that really, it was quite an eye-opener of just how WordPress is kind of something that goes beyond language. Like, I was the only English speaker at the Do Action hackathon. So everyone very kindly spoke in English to me, but they all kind of chatted away in Arabic. And it was an incredible experience seeing a whole lot of developers, designers, people come together to build websites for charities on WordPress. That actually wasn't using WooCommerce, but it was just a real illustration to me of the WordPress community kind of, yeah, doing a thing. So that was awesome.
Yeah, I was writing earlier for our blog about WooCommerce, and I was saying, you know, if WordPress democratizes publishing, WooCommerce democratizes e-commerce, and that is a great example of the power of WordPress around the world.
Yeah, and I mean, that's been something we've sought to do with WooCommerce. We've got some healthy competition, but I think something that we try to lean into is that WooCommerce is certainly the most flexible option. So that's kind of our thing, and the theme we had for WooConf was open e-commerce, as you probably know. So that's really where we feel kind of the sweet spot is of WordPress e-commerce, is you can kind of build anything you want with WooCommerce. So yeah, that's awesome.
So I think, you know, this year our theme at WordCamp Seattle is aviation, because we're home of Boeing. So if we were, after the conference, to drive you down to Boeing Field, give you a plane and allow you to fly anywhere in the world to meet WordPress and WooCommerce users or developers, where do you think you'd go?
So on the back of having done that hackathon in Beirut, I think I'd quite like to be dropped down safely into somewhere in Syria and connect with some of the WordPress community there, because actually a Syrian developer popped up at the WordPress Beirut thing we did, and he was sort of saying, you know, do you think we'd be able to do a hackathon in Syria one day? So that would be pretty awesome.
That is amazing. Yeah. Well, I want to be part of that if you set that up, okay?
Yeah, great.
Well, hey, on behalf of the whole Seattle WordCamp organizing team, I really want to thank you and the WooCommerce team for sponsoring. We really appreciate your support and looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
All right.
Have a great
day. You
Bye.